Well, I was going to go over the ending.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not going to pretend to speak as Liz or Ava, but I'll read as Liz speaks. I don't care if I go to hell. Then Danny speaks. There is no heaven. There is no hell. The cosmos is, unfortunately, rational and materialistic. Then Liz speaks. That really makes me and then Ava tremble.
Yeah, that's right.
Then Liz lunges at Ava, and Danny restrains her. Blackout.
Yeah, well, no, it's not blackout. The curtain falls, and that I was watching, and this is one of the things. One of the things that I do better than anyone's ever done is using epigraphs. I've talked about having a convective memory, and I rewatched High and Low, the Kurosawa film, and the ending of that film, where the guy who destroys the life of the wealthy industrialist, he goes crazy at the end, and then as they're talking through gates in prison, and I said, I've got to use that ending, and I thought
you forebode that too by mentioning you're going to use Akira Kurosawa.
Right, yeah, and so I thought, and this play was the first one I might have. It's either the first or second play, maybe one of my first 3 plays. I had a curtain. Usually, I just have blackness. The lights go out to end it. But here, to mimic the Kurosawa film, I had to use the curtain drop, and so we get the daughter, and what's driving, because these are fictive characters who know now that they're fictive characters, who know that they're dead, and and Danny is somehow manipulating them, but she still lunges at her mother. What's going on there? Danny restrains her, and he motions to, I guess, the stage hands, and the curtain drops, and that's it. And I think in a sense, it's a melodrama, but it's a useful melodrama in that it's parroting, or it's I wouldn't say it's parodying, but it's parroting the more realistic way of how the great High and Low film by Kurosawa is. And that's another thing I wanted to do.
That's sort of like Samurai Rebellion too.
Yeah, but here I use High and Low. 2001 with the HAL image and whatnot are there. You have Rampling and Liv Ullmann, Bergman, and filmic reference. And then you have them projected behind it, just like in Stardust Memories. So my plays take, I mean, let's face it, film is a more dominant medium than the stage, and it's been that way since film took over 100 years ago. And so here I'm reabsorbing and reusing the daughter or the child element of film. Film is the child of stage in a sense, and taking stuff back and bringing it back to the mother, the parent. And then there is no heaven, there is no hell. And High and Low, for example, the Japanese title is Heaven and Hell. So there's another thing that suggests Kurosawa and that film. And that's another thing that just sort of came to me about midway through the play. I said, "Oh, I've always wanted to have an ending where I could have the ending similar to High and Low, but I'm not going to do a crime drama and have that. That would be too obvious. So let's have this sort of meta drama between, that's highly psychological, and we don't know what the motivation is. Why does Liz resent her mother because she couldn't communicate with her, but she also knows they're fictive characters, so they're not really mother and daughter. So what motivates them? And this is the kind of thing that you could, just write a whole book about, and it's the kind of thing that spurs conversations the way art should spur them. And it amazes me because I think, in the last couple of weeks I sent around 2 or 3 rejections that I got from theaters when some of my plays, and I'm like, I think I sent it might have been the play you just mentioned with the 2 crazy ladies and the daughter, and it's like, how the fuck can you reject a play like that? And if you look at some of these theaters that have the websites, and the plays they're putting on is like, oh, what if Goldilocks filleted a wolf instead of a bear or something, and it's like, oh, that's meta humor.